Hi everybody, welcome back to 7 Days to Die, episode 18 with me, Sid. It's day 24 and it's literally the morning bell has just chimed. I was just chilling out up here. My inventory, I have got a whole load of blocks because the last episode I said I wanted to move because this point of interest really, it's a pre-built base, and you know, one of the things I enjoy doing is building. We're also not in an ideal situation. I've pointed out previously, we're on the far edge of one side of the map. So yeah, we need to try and get a bit more central. It gives us a little bit more leeway in scutching different directions and getting out there. So we're going to expose some of the map now. Obviously this particular map I know quite well, because, or getting reasonably well. There's still massive areas of it I haven't covered, and there's buildings I've deliberately not gone into to keep the oh hello, are you a biker zombie? Oh, you are. Yeah, hello sir. It'd be wrong not to. Oops, hello. These guys are quite tough, but they're also quite good for the XP. So yeah, we're going to take a little bike ride this way, and there's a couple of issues with this. One is, for those of you who saw or watched me on the stream, you will have seen that I mentioned Alpha 19 is coming out soon. We're in Alpha 18. Yeah, you could ask the question: how do you actually have an alpha that takes 7 years? But there you go. Right, he's dead. Dum dum dum. But yeah, Alpha 19 comes out. New points of interest, new weapons, new high definition models, lots of things changing. So I think when Alpha 19 comes along, I'm probably going to restart. I'm going to start on a random map that I don't know the area, but we also get to play with all the nice toys and the new stuff. We'll ignore her right now, and we'll let the deer live for the time being. Not that I my Mr. 9mm could catch it, but Mr. Fat and Slow on his feet couldn't. Yeah, so that's the thing. So I'm not entirely sure how many episodes we'll get of this in Alpha 18 before we move to Alpha 19, but it will give us a chance to practice a few things, and I'm very interested to see what 19 brings us, because in my Play for Fun world, I'm on day 140 odd, I think it is. I have nearly died. In fact, I nearly died the other night when I got overconfident. But nigh on indestructible, you know, unless I throw myself in the middle of a horde of irradiated zombies with no way of getting out, then you know, I can go down quite rapidly. But over this way, there should be a small town which is a little bit closer into the centre, and has got the advantage that it's it's a little bit closer into the centre, and we can take a nice flat bit of land between or on the outskirts of it and start building our ziggurat properly out there with, you know, proper walls and all the stuff, and then dig our own space underground. But again, not go too mad. I don't want to go mad digging a massive underground base when we don't really need that much space. We only need a little bit of space. It's just deciding where is best to put it. Now there's some nice flat areas over here. There's another one over that way which we could go and play with, but this has got some couple of interesting spaces. We'll have to deal with him, of course, in a moment, because this corner here caught my eye. It's flat, it's nicely on a corner, it's on a crossroads, there's plenty of stuff to do around the area as well, and yeah, I think this will work. So first things first, let's go and deal with the Twitcher. And I mean, I could go for a silenced headshot on him, but let's save the ammunition for a while. We've got all day. Building this is... Oh, I think I've annoyed him. Just make sure he stays dead. Anyway, so we've got this nice space here. As I say, it's on a crossroads. I should have my shovel, which will be handy. And is that, yeah, where's the crossroads? Here. So my thoughts were we'll have a wall, and the wall will run around here. This is going to get us some materials, or much needed materials as well for... actually, this isn't, because I'm not digging dirt at the moment, but we'll get there. So we'll take kind of this space. We're going to need to generate a lot of material as well as we go around here. And we're going to have a wall that goes around the outside. Now, so I think what we're going to have is a space which is kind of this way. From here it'll go 10 this way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then there'll be a gap for where we get in, and then it'll be another 10, and that will be the edge of the wall. So let me kind of define a perimeter, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I've got the perimeter all marked out. It's a 25 by 25 square, and on that road, that side on the road, it has the middle 5 blocks are an entrance area. So this will be wall all the way around. It'll be 4 high, sloped as usual, as we have with the ziggurat. But over here, what we're going to do is we are going to, for starters, we're going to punch those sticks out of the way, because they are going to be a pain. And we're going to come in, so I'm just trying to need to do my working out here now. So if I come in this way, it's probably easier if I just lay down some blocks, some frames. So from there we're going to have, well, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then you get 4. So we'll have, yeah, that will come out like that on either side, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then that will, yeah, over there, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think this is the point where we would start our ziggurat, which is going to be the centre of the base. But we're going to take, you know, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. It works, so why fix what ain't broken? The other thing is, once this is built, we are pretty much safe. The wall we can go on later. As we, oh, hello, Piggy. Do you mind, sir? At least the pigs aren't zombies, eh? I did bring a whole. I used all of the flagstones we had. So 1, 2. So that's da-da-da. So yeah, I just need to now continue on building up on this one. So I'll get again a bit more infrastructure in, and I'll come back to you in a moment. I'm probably going to clear out that tower there as well, because we may need somewhere to hang out for the night, and that's got a nice little peak on it where we can basically just crouch down and, you know, make like a tree. Yeah, back in a moment. I'm just getting the basics of the the ziggurat in, and at the moment it's hollow. It is going to be solid because we're going to be underground, but and I'm gesticulating here with my hands, which I realise isn't helping at all. Let me just copy that rotation, seeing as I managed to break it. And then I think we're going to head over into that bit once we've got this going. This is not going to be the strongest whilst it's this... oops. Come on. Oh, that's interesting. There we go. That's the rotation we wanted. And then we just need to turn you over to that, pop you in there, get back over to here, grab that, copy that rotation, and there should be enough strength in those blocks there to just support this lot, which will be good. So again, it's just a matter of running around here and getting these in. Now we'll probably have a bit more of a central support as well, because we're going to need a ladder down in and out of this. But yeah, the building is not the fastest of things in 7 days. But we've now got this space going on, which we can now change you over to, if I can find it, those, and hey, hello. And then again we can just copy the rotation and get this in here. Now this bit will hopefully make sense later on, and it's all to do with vehicles. But I'll get you in, and hop, there we go. And again, copy that rotation of that, hop, right, that. So that should then allow me to, if I'm very, can we get away with a slab, I wonder here? I mean, there is no difference in the, we need to change the rotation to advanced. I'll put 1. And then change that just back to being the bog standard old thing like this, which will come up there. Now again, this is hardly the most salubrious of living quarters, and I need to stop that temporarily because I could do with a secure storage chest. But you know, it's what we got. This is a place which will take us a while to get the way we want it, so in the meantime we can drop off a few bits and pieces that we don't need. Well, probably better keep that temporary. So what we need to do now is make some ladders. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 3. I think 3 or 4. 3 will do us. And then we can place those there, there, and there. Oh, I need, no, 1 more. Okay. 4. There we go. And that will get us up here. We just need to get these corner pieces in, and that's the central ziggurat is pretty much done. Should have gone the other way around. Let me more efficient to go it the other way around. And then we need to start building the walls. We've still got a goodly amount of blocks, but what we need to do now is probably go and try and clear that space would be the next suggested thing I would go and do, because obviously, like I say, we need somewhere to stay, and this is not the strongest material, even though it should be able to take pretty much anything the Zeds throw at it. Plus we'll be able to get a good view of our building area from over here. Now I don't think there's a lot in here. I've done this, but it was I did this one a long time ago. There's not a huge amount to play with, and you know, it's certainly not a worrisome place. There's one of them fellas. And I think that's about all there is on this floor by the looks of it. Might be some stuff more. Hello, don't go falling down. There might be some stuff further up, and again, there's not a huge amount to search at this level either, as you'd imagine, because it is a burnt out old building. I will take that though. But we'll check the stuff while we're here. It's not like we're really worried about time right now. It's like 6 o'clock, so we got play. Sorry, I'm just very suspicious when I don't see the thing I expect to see, which, you know, in this case is some zombies. We'll pick those up. Those are definitely worth having. We'll have that little. Somebody's. They're very nice people. Well, in fact, I actually do need to use that, so. And we'll chuck it. I don't want the bottles right now. Oh. Please, yes, excellent. That is some good water. Although I think we'll be all right there. Oh, we need to eat as well. Our food's a little bit on the shabby side. We have got these mouldy breads and the vitamin pills if we get really desperate. So, you know, not a major league worry. Okay, where's all the zombies? It feels like there should be more zombies in here. I can't believe I'm complaining about the lack of zombies, but hello, what have you? Bit more water. Again, take we're early enough in the game that you basically keep everything. Now, can I? That wasn't a zombie. Why did I think that was a zombie? Something up there. I'm sure there's something unpleasant waiting. It's definitely got to be a surprise somewhere. Handy. Food. Always good. Never unwelcome sight. And if we can... I would have thought I was surprised there isn't a zombie up here somewhere. I really am. Oh, well, you know what? If I didn't want to come in here, I'm in here now. If I remember rightly, these scrap nicely. You get a few mechanical parts for some from it, not a lot, but... Hello, anybody want to wake up? No. Diggy. I wonder whether you can... Oh, you can break this down for coal. Interesting. Not hugely interesting, but you know, somewhat interesting. No, that's wood, so. And again, searchy. Right, we need to figure out how we're going to get up there. And also, okay, we'll take you. Corn seed recipe. It's better than nothing. How many? I've got 5 office chairs now. Excellent. And from there, I think we are going to take life and limb in hand and we're trying to get up there. And once we're up there, I will feel a little bit safer. There's obviously that Shamway box as well to play with. I cannot believe that there's not more up here. Bird's nest with feathers. Ooh. And barracks chair. Oh, hello, there you go. Weapons bag. Crappy AK, something. Steel knuckles, scrap, and a sledgehammer. We'll scrap that as well. Now, the big question is, can I should be able to do that. There you go. It's a shame it's a Shamway box, not the best. Although that's nice. Again, probably one of the best foods in the game, if that's what I think it was. Was it a meat stew? It was a meat stew. 50 stamina return. So we've now got a little bird's nest to hide in. We can obviously stay up here. We've got a silenced weapon. So we can just crouch down, pass the night quietly, then continue building over there in the morning. But I think you can get a kind of feel for what I'm going for here. And then the underground shape is really dictated by what we really fancy like digging out and how many levels. I mean, there's nothing to say we're going to go down one level. We could have 2 levels or 3 levels. We can go down quite a long way. So, I think on that note, we're going to spend the night up here, nice and safe, and we'll continue in the morning digging out that area. But for the time being, I'm going to drink a bit of this good water, and I think we'll just eat some of this tinned food for now. And I'll see you in the morning. Back in a bit. I could hear in the night this horrible flappy sound, and yeah, we've got, so in the same way you get zombie hordes, you get, I can't see where they're coming from, zombie vulture hordes, and you really don't, come here you, missed them again. I hate these things. Oh, I better probably stop aiming as well, that doesn't help you. Come on. Just try it, you git. Ha! Teach you to mess with me. Now, where's your friends? There's one. I mean, it doesn't help that we're right next to the desert. That's kind of not going to help. That's never going to help you when it comes to this. Let's get out of crouch. I'm going to waste so much ammo doing this. Come on. Here, birdie, birdie, birdie. That's right. I mean, they're not tough, but they're just a pain. Any more for any more. Right, what's the best way down from here? I need to get back and start carrying on building, you know. Not much in the night in the way of zombies, just I think there was the one actually down there. I need to reconfigure my AK because I took the silencer, or the suppressor I should say, because you know, from what I gather there isn't actually amongst gun nuts they'll get upset when you call it a silencer, because it's actually not a silencer, it's a suppressor. Not being a person who even comes from a country where I'm allowed to keep a gun, we don't kind of have that kind in, you know, involvement. So yeah, anyway, that's this area is clear. What we shall do is we'll quickly modify you. We'll take that off. I didn't put anything on, take anything off off of that, did I? No, I didn't, so we'll complete you, and then we'll modify that, we'll put that back on, and we'll complete you. Reload, important one to remember to do, because I always forget that, to be honest. And we can get back on with the buildy of the basey. We're not going to get this done this episode. What I would like to do is get another point of another skill point. I've got 2 skill points. I think I need 3 to get myself to the point where I can use my mechanic level, get myself up to the level where I can actually build a motorcycle, because building a motorcycle will make transitioning from the old base to this base a hell of a lot easier, because it's got more storage. So the only downside to that is it does give a requirement of fuel on us, so it kind of swings and roundabouts really. But right now what we need to do is get this base done. We'll probably need to take it easy, it's a bit early to be hammering away, and yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, well, we've got the first layer of the wall around on the outside there. I've got a reasonable amount of stone left. However, just to ensure that I've got enough to get the carry on building, I'm going to put a layer of frames in there which we can then upgrade to wood later should we wish to. They only have to support the upper part of the wall anyway, and as long as they don't get broken in any great number, then they should be fine. So as a temporary thing, I think we're going to, well, I think what I would like to do, we've got that stuff to eat, that's what I was, yeah, our food and water situation isn't brilliant, so we should definitely do with having a drink. Actually, water's okay, food not so good, so I'm going to use, that's got a 12% chance of giving me food poisoning, but it's also got very little value. Recipes for that, of course, is antibiotics, which, you know what, I am not even going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm going to take the meat stew on its own without wasting that. Oh, we'll get rid of that as well. So in terms of that, realistically what we need to do here is this. This basically will be a wall that goes along, and it will eventually join into this section, so these 2 corners and those 2 corners will be taken out, but for now I'm going to just do that on both sides, because the other thing we need to do is get my shovel, take all of this out, and we need to put our zombie grid in, which is like a cattle grid but for zombies. This is quite a novel solution, and when it works really well. The only issue is I might need to take this line of blocks out and extend this out a little bit further this way. I have had them with this design sometimes get in on this corner and break blocks, and that's what we don't want. So yeah, it's but it does work, and I've used this before. So what we're going to do, and I'll just do one row to start off with, and then we're going to dig this down about 4 deep ultimately, but right now I'll just take it to 1, and then we'll take this and we are going to set this into arrow slit mode. We're going to set the rotation to advanced, and we're going to keep rotating it until we get that. Now, for whatever reason, if there's a big gap under one of these, and there's more than one of these in the way, I'm going to put 3 as an array across, if I can not drop things. Zombies won't walk across it. They don't see it as a valid path. So what you can do is you can create yourself a way where you can come in on your motorbike or your push bike, park it here, paddle on up, and the zombies will sit there going as if that was an actual impenetrable barrier. Impenetrable barrier. Now, I have done it. I have seen it where you've got I've got two carried away with this, and given no alternative routes, which they still see these as alternative routes, they will kneel down and start beating on this stuff. So it doesn't always work, but for the purposes of this, it should be pretty good, I think. So yeah, I'll get on with that. Be back in a moment. Alright, we're almost there on the base above ground structure. Obviously there's a lot more design, there's a lot more fine tuning and stuff, but on the surface this is about it. Wooden frames will build those up and reinforce them to the same level as the outside eventually, but absolutely not necessary right now. What we do need to do is change you to a block, because you are going to come in here, and then we're going to take these. That has got to come out. And that will basically bring us into here. I think we're coming in one more as well. Yeah, we are. So we then take out this. I could have not put them in, you know, it wasn't necessary to desperately get all of this piled in as fast as possible, but it is nice to know that if everything else fails, you have at least got somewhere where you can, you know, in theory, be safe overnight. And these ziggurats are about as safe as you can get, you know. I mean, the zombies can't climb the damn things. The only problem with them being at this stone level is they only have 500 points of block health, and it really doesn't take long for a zombie to break through those. I mean, there is a school of thought, and I mean, again, bear with me on this one, but there's a school of thought that says that using this slope technique to keep zombies out is game ruling, which it is, and it's not in the spirit of what we're playing. Now, I would argue quite simply that we're playing a game where zombies can break through wooden walls, solid stone walls, concrete walls, and steel walls with nothing more than the bare fists, which is absolutely beyond any level of belief. Now, yeah, wooden walls, perhaps, you know, you could argue that a creature that feels no pain could repeatedly pound away at a wooden wall with a human, or at least the remains of a human hand, and for all intents and purposes, you know, not damage itself at all. You know, and that would not be unfair comment. I am absolutely certain that would be possible. Stone wall, my money will be on the stone before the stone would, the bones in the zombie's hand, and then arm, stump, and then probably its head, if they're left with nothing left to beat against the thing, would break and wear away long before they would ever get through a solid stone wall. So I don't really feel things, you know, if they're going to give zombies the superhuman ability to literally punch down concrete walls, then I'm going to use the techniques to stop them punching down my walls. I mean, obviously, if they couldn't break through concrete, you'd build concrete. Kind of no-brainer, but then where would be the, you know, the interest in that? So the only thing I'm doing here, I'm just pulling this out. I'm going to leave the access hatch to this, because I'm not sure whether I want to go deeper yet, but that's deep. Interestingly enough, I think that's a niter vein down there, so that's handy. Not particularly handy, because you don't want to be digging out under your base, but if it's under this section of the ground, then as we're clearing out the space, we possibly will be getting some resources, which is more resources than just stone, which is better than nothing. However, we're at the stage now where I think we need to start thinking about bringing back some materials. It's 1806, so we got like 4 hours until the night alarm, so I don't think we've got time to get, well, we have got time to cycle back, but we haven't got time to cycle in the other way. But I would prefer to actually spend my time constructively trying to get some levels, and there is that cabinet maker's shop there, which we've done before, so we really do know what to expect in there. So my plan is to go and raid that place up quickly, or at least start raiding it up. I mean, we don't have to finish it in one go, but we can walk over there. We can I suppose we could walk over there, but we could cycle over there faster, and that means we can cycle back faster. So let's do that, and then that will probably see us for about this episode. But I'm really happy with that level of progress. In 2 days, we've got ourselves to right. I know there's going to be. Hello. Well, that was relatively easy. I do tend to reload when I can as well, because one of my pet little bugbears is when I watch players who run a gun dry, run into a room, realise that, oh hello, there are more zombies. That just startled me. Thank you. He sounds like a slow one. Oh, look at those. I wish I could take those. You can make them, and they're not the most useful of things, but oh, hello. I am a very happy bunny. I am so glad I did that. Oh, hello. Stop swaying your head around. Hate them when they just sit there and wibble. Oh, hello. That's Stacy. Apparently her mum's got it going on. Come here. And you. Well, there we go. Little zombie horde. Doesn't hurt. Got us a little... Oh, hello, tough man. Headshot. Headshot not enough for you, huh? I don't suppose that's either of those are lootable. They don't look lootable. That is a game changer. I mean, it's only a tier 1 auger, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm going to jump through these cupboards though, because they are good for food and water, which I am running a little bit low on. I should actually also, yeah, I realise I've done a naughty, and I should scrap those, but I'm not. Because I should be marking when I didn't notice that in the last building, I don't think, when we've emptied these buildings, so we know when to come back and loot them again, or when they're eligible for looting again at least. Don't mind a bit of dye. We'll take the nitrate. It's not desperately useful, but and scrap, and get rid and scrap. Yeah. Keep and scrap. Lovely. That's that was a very quick raid. I'd say it doesn't matter if we don't get all of this done. Wow, 5 splints. I'll never want for. Take it and chuck it. Oh, keep that. It's food. Not bothered about paper. Right, so this is basically a relatively fast looting session, because we don't want to be in here when night falls, but because that would be unpleasant. I did search that already, didn't I? Yes. Well, yeah, I don't think I noticed that in the last one either. I'd love to meet a craftsman who actually stores things in the stuff he's manufacturing. That would be impressive. How am I going? Yeah, nothing there. Let's try and wiggle up these stairs fairly quickly, because there's a big mama over there, and there's. Still alive, I know, because I'm going for foot shots, which are not widely acknowledged as being good against zombies. You know, you've never seen a zombie film where they shouted shoot him in the foot, so, and there's a reason for that. Oh wow, we're getting so much food. That is actually really handy. Goldenrod seed, I'm not that fussy, but still only 2,300. We have got time to get around, and right, we need to. Where is it? I mean, it's possible. Oh, there they are. I was going to say it's possible that the ones that attacked me over there were the ones from over here, but it does not look like that. Where's the case? Goldenrod tea. Scrap. Right, we just got the roof, and an hour and a half to do it in. Well, not an hour and a half, an hour and a half game time. Because then we need to either get down or stay up. Way suspicious. Apparently not an issue though. Okay. Oh, I'm so used to one-shotting these in my other game. What do we got? Steel leg, stuff and stuff. Okay. Weapons bag, more stuff than we can carry. God damn it. They're not as. What am I actually wearing? Yeah, I'm wearing a light. Alright, so. What do we do? I mean, I could always come back in them, because there's more stuff that I can reasonably carry here. I think we're going to have to come back in the morning and grab it. Oh, and I've not got the acrobatic skill yet, have I? So let's not start jumping down off tall buildings. It is so easy to forget that you're not Spider-Man. That will get us down though. We can pop back in there later after in the morning and grab the rest of that, which I'll remember to do. I hope. But the next thing I think we need to do is, we really do need to get that level up. That is what I'm looking for. Now, can I get comfortable? Yeah, oh yeah, that works fine. So the idea is I can come across with this on my push bike, I can come across on a motorcycle or anything. The zombies can't. And then we just can come up here. And we've got a nice little platform to spend the night. I'm not sure, can I make any torches? Do I have the means? I need some animal fat, cloth fragments and wood. Again, we can probably do something with that. We've got cloth fragments, we've got animal fat. I could do with a little more. Let me put these away and just put everything away. It's not like I need much. Oh, I can't believe I got that. That is so lucky. I went for so long without an auger in the last playthrough. Now, where? Has that vulture despawned, or have I missed? I think I've probably missed my chance with that, haven't I? But there might be a few corpsed remains on the road. There's one there, look. Anything else? Running very close to time. I think 2 torches should be enough though for now. Okay, well, I am going to, well, let me put you and you away, grab that and that, make 2. It'll take a few seconds, and as soon as these are ready, I'm going to stick a torch there, and that will give me my light for the night. Spend the night here. In the morning, with a bit of luck, if I'm very, very lucky, something more will attack me in the night and I'll get some more XP, because I just need to pull myself up to the next level. And there we go, we're into the night. We'll be on day 26, 2 days from Horde Night. After. That really doesn't help me a great deal, does it? But obviously I can do that as well. Yeah, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. We have got the starts of a new base. This is obviously going to go down and under. We still need to do a lot of work reinforcing this before Horde Night. I do want to get it at least the bottom 2 layers reinforced with cobblestone, and then we can start looking forward to more things. In the meantime, I mean, it's a good area to be in. You know, we've got a chemist over there. There's a lap dancing club over there for the evenings. I'm not sure about the neighbours. They seem a bit quiet. And well, till next time. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.